this will come as a shock to absolutely fucking nobody who's read the title of this video, but I think Mortal Shell fucking sucks. I played this game for about an hour on stream tonight. I've literally, it's now 25 past 8 in the evening. I started at 7 and I've already finished with the game. I don't care for it. I don't like it. I think it's boring. I think it's formulaic and generic. I think it's trying too hard to be Dark Souls, but doing it poorly. Now, let's not beat around the bush. It's not a bad game. Let's put it that way. It's not a terrible game in and of itself. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would find this game to be charming. I'm sure a lot of people would find it to be interesting. It has a lot of unique ideas. You know, it's not all negative things I have to say about this game. There are lots of things about it that I liked and that I think are interesting and I think are cool and I like, and I think they should implement those into future Souls games. However, I think for the majority of the gameplay, the pacing, the palette, I think it sucks. Just everything that I had to do so far. Like I say, I played this game on stream. I played for about an hour. I don't think I made it out of the first area. And that wasn't for lack of trying either. I fucking tried my best. I would revive, I'd go out, I'd fight some enemies, I'd get my shit pushed in, I'd revive, I'd go back, I'd try a different way to try and fight them again, and I'd try different tactics, I'd win, I'd go along. But half the time nothing fucking worked. I was trying to use my fucking healing items every fucking 5 seconds, but I didn't appear to have any in stock, even though there was numbers inside of the squares that represent the healing items. I believe now that I think about it, I believe that they are corresponding to the number keys for if you're playing with keyboard and mouse, but that doesn't fucking apply to me. I know I'm playing it on PC, but I have it on controller. You can tell that I'm playing through fucking controller, so why are you giving me fucking PC directions and fucking confusing my little tiny brain? But yeah, like I say, there are good points about this game. Like I say, I didn't play for 100%, 100% run. I didn't play for a long period of time. I didn't go through and beat every boss that I could find or anything like that. I don't think I beat any bosses, not for lack of trying once again. There was a big boss in there. I tried fighting him a few times. I probably wasn't at the right level or the right power. I didn't have the right grasp on the game yet to defeat him. But I wasn't going to back down from that, being a stone cold hard man that I am. But the point I'm making here is this game. Maybe it was my own fault. Maybe it was because I'm coming off of the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice high that I was on, because I was on fucking cloud 9. That game suited me perfectly, because like I say, Dark Souls. This dog is snoring so fucking loudly. Dark Souls was one of those games where I enjoyed it, but it was hard. It was difficult. It's difficult for everyone. You get over it. You learn to get around it. It's one of those things. Sekiro was the kind of game where you felt like you started off poorly, and the more the game went on, the better you became. I'm sure with Dark Souls and with Mortal Shell, the point is that you start off poorly, you get your ass beaten, you get better as you go along. Finally, these enemies that were suddenly fucking putting the shaft on you are suddenly fucking easy, and you're taking their lunch money later on down the game. That's just how I assume the game works, and that is the case with Sekiro as well. But I think the play style for Mortal Shell is so different to Sekiro that I had a hard time transitioning over. Maybe I'll try again in the future when I've distanced myself from finishing Sekiro and I'm not using it. Maybe I'll start Dark Souls, because Dark Souls, you know what you're getting into. Yeah. So the few things about the game that I did like I say, I didn't play for a huge amount of time, so I don't know every single thing that they were doing right, or that I probably would have liked, because I'm sure there was more than what I'm about to list. Now, the hardening mechanic, I think is interesting. I think it's clever. I think it's doing something that hasn't been done before. I think it's very unique. But for me, it doesn't translate well into the kind of combat that you need to do. I think it really slows down the pace, just because once you've used it, that's it. Now you're on a cooldown. You can't use it again. You can't. It's not like in Dark Souls you can block and you can block again and you can block again until you're knocked off of balance or whatever. Sekiro, you can parry over and over and over again, and it creates these nice fluid combos, and it makes the game feel like you're really struggling to come out on top against this tough enemy, but you feel like, you know, you're in this incredible climactic cinema worthy battle. That's how it makes you feel. But with Mortal Shell, it feels like I don't even know how to describe it. All I can think of is that it's making me feel like I'm a 4-year-old on a playground with a stick trying to take on the biggest guy I can fucking find. I feel like a child because I'll get hit, it'll knock me over, and then I won't have any kind of stamina to get moving, or I won't have, you know, the necessary sort of acceleration to be able to continue moving and dodge the next attack or parry the next one. It doesn't make any sense. And the stamina was another thing. The stamina was a kind of thing where it really annoyed me, because stamina is a regular thing in nearly all of these kinds of games. It's the same in Bloodborne, it's the same in Dark Souls. In Sekiro you have a thing called posture, slightly different, but it's more or less the same thing. And what it does is it allows you to sort of see how much more, you know, how much damage you can throw out, how much more movement you can use, and you've got to be clever and conserve it and use it at the right times. And that all makes perfect sense. It's the same in Mortal Shell. But the problem here is, at least in those other games, when you get to a low level of stamina, your attack starts slowing down, you can't move as well, you move slower, everything's the same. With Mortal Shell, if you run out of stamina, that shit just fucking locks you down. Like, you go down like you're a fucking, like, I don't know, you got shot with a fucking freeze ray. You can't move, you can't attack, you can't do anything, you can't even attack slowly, and the stamina takes fucking forever to come back up, and it didn't work. It felt like I was beta testing. That's what it felt. It felt like I was testing the game for the first time. It feels like it isn't finished. And I said this a few times during my stream. You can check it out on twitch.tv/Chinless1. Give us a follow, I'd love to see you there. I stream most nights at 7 PM GMT. But the point is, to cut a long story short, and it has been a long story, I apologise, but I just had to get this out of my system because it fucking annoyed me, because I paid money. I paid good money for this game, right? I was looking forward to it. I finished my Soulsborne game. I finished my, Sekiro playthrough. And, I've got a good concept of these kinds of games. And it's not like I'm bad at these kinds of games, Like I say, I completed Sekiro, I completed Bloodborne, I completed Dark Souls. I'm not a stranger to these kind of difficult games. Like, I could fucking hang with the best of them. These games slap me, but they slap me knowing full well that I'm going to come back with a full 6.5 inch chub erection. They know I'm not going to fuck around. But this one, it didn't feel like I was having any fun. And I think that's the main problem I had, is that it didn't engage me. I didn't feel drawn in. I didn't feel like I wanted to play more. I felt like once I put it down, I could just look away, and it never happened again. It never happened, and I'd be happy with that. It feels like if this was Old Yeller, I wouldn't even have to take it round the back of the barn to shoot it in the fucking head. I'd just fucking do it right then and there. Don't even worry about a gun. Just give me a fucking brick and I'll bludgeon this piece of shit to death, because it's fucking sucked and I hated it. But, like I say, not everyone's going to feel the same way. People are going to play this game and think it's the best game they've ever played, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It's just my opinion in this instance. I think the game fucking sucks. This game sucked, and I don't know, man. Maybe I'll give it another try, give it another chance. Who knows? Point is, I fucking don't like the game as it stands at this moment on the fucking, what is it today? The 25th of September. 2020. I think this game fucking blows. Anyway, that's it. See ya.